Did you know that over 70% of modern relationships fall apart because of something most men don't even know exists? A hidden code, something buried deep inside the feminine that no one ever taught you how to read. The media won't talk about it. Relationship experts just scratch the surface. But today we're pulling the whole curtain back. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to recognize the psychological trap almost every man falls into. And more importantly, you'll finally see the way out. There's one line that unlocks the entire map. Women don't fall in love with your words. They fall in love with your energy. But just when you think you've got things under control, that's exactly where the danger begins. Let me ask you, if you could see behind the curtain, if you could actually understand what really pulls a woman in, would you dare look? That's exactly what we're going to explore. And I promise you, by the end of this, you'll hear one truth that changes the way you see attraction forever. There was a time, long before apps, dating advice, and psychology, when men didn't chase understanding. They just knew. They listened to the wind. They moved with the rhythm of the ground beneath their feet. They read the look in your eyes without needing you to speak. They were tribal leaders, silent warriors, poets under moonlight. There's a story, an old one, of a soldier at the front lines who spotted the shift in his commander's posture. Nobody said a word. But that tiny signal, it saved lives because instinct doesn't wait for explanation. And if you bridge that ancient story to right now, you'll see the pattern. You're that soldier, maybe, half awake, trying to decode a woman's heart through logic. When her heart doesn't run on logic, science even backs this up. A new study shows the brain reacts to emotional energy faster than it does to spoken language. Your presence hits before your words ever land. So when you sit there over-explaining yourself, trying to be understood, you're not connecting. You're killing the spark. Ever felt that weird tension in a conversation? Like something's off, but you can't explain why. You just feel it? Yeah, that's not just you. If someone popped into your mind right now, send this to them. Maybe they're in the exact same space. And if something already clicked for you, if you feel that pull in your gut, hit like, let me know you're here. Now let me leave you with a question. Half open, hanging. What if it's not what you say that pulls her in, but what you radiate? Because the second you start justifying, proving, and explaining, that's where it begins to slip. And we haven't even started yet. We're just getting warmed up. And next, we're going deeper, where the real mystery lives. High in the mountains of old Japan, a man lived in silence. He didn't speak of himself, had no followers, no fame, no name anyone remembered. But when he walked into a village, everything stopped. Even the children, quieted. Not because of fear, but presence. One day, a young samurai crossed his path. Arrogant, restless, hungry to prove himself. He sat down before the silent man and shouted, "If you're truly wise, then show me. Explain something. Convince me." The man just looked at him. No anger, no smile, just stillness. The samurai snapped, drew his sword. "If you don't answer me, I'll cut you down." The old man said softly, "This is hell." The warrior froze. Something shattered inside of him. He dropped the sword, fell to his knees. Tears. The man smiled. "And this is heaven." No argument, no debate, just presence. A truth felt, not spoken. And that's the moment. That's what every modern man misses. See, today's man is the samurai, trying to force clarity, demanding logic, wanting certainty in a space where mystery lives. But the feminine doesn't operate on proof. It moves through feeling. And if you can't sit still through her storm, you never get to see her calm. Now listen, modern psychology backs this up too. A recent study found that when you face someone radiating calm emotional intensity, your intuition center lights up before your rational mind kicks in. Meaning, she feels you before she ever understands you. So when you keep trying to talk it out, when you explain and explain and explain, You're not connecting. You're smothering the fire. Let me ask you something real. Have you ever felt that space between you grow cold, even though you were doing everything right? You gave loyalty, affection, honesty, and she still pulled away? You're not crazy. You were just playing the wrong game. And if someone just popped into your mind, someone you've had this dance with, send this to them right now. They might be right where you are. And if this is landing for you, if it's waking something up inside, boss, tap like wire, let me know you're still here with me. But now, I want you to sit with one last question. What if the feminine isn't asking for your affection, but for your containment? Because that changes everything. When a man starts talking about his boundaries, his values, his principles, she's not listening to what he's saying. She's listening to what he's feeling. It's not the words. It's the crack in his voice, the tension in his eyes, the hesitation he didn't even notice. And the moment she senses that, the current fades, the spark gone. You think you're connecting by explaining yourself. But you're not. You're slowly becoming invisible. Because the feminine doesn't fall for explanation. She falls for presence. She wants to look at you and see a man who won't flinch. Even when she storms, even when she withdraws. A powerful man doesn't need to convince. He just is. Like a mountain behind the fog. You don't see it, but you know it's there. Back in ancient Egypt, there was a boy named Osiris. Betrayed, murdered, torn into pieces by his own brother. Everyone believed he was finished. But Isis, the goddess of magic, of love, searched the earth, found every fragment of his body, and brought him back. But he wasn't the same. He returned stronger, darker, deeper, because he had touched death and lived. And that's the journey of every man who finally stops running from himself, who turns around and says, I see you, to his rage, to his desire, to his pain, not to fight it, but to claim it. The men women are drawn to aren't always the smooth talkers. They're the ones who've walked through their own fire and kept walking. The man who hides his shadow, he explodes later. But the one who embraces it, he radiates calm danger. And women feel that, before they ever know why. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you'll call it fate. That's why women aren't drawn to nice, they're drawn to integrated, to wholeness, the kind of man who can be soft without being weak, and powerful without being cruel. Imagine a candle in a storm, warm but useless. No woman wants to depend on a man who can't hold his own flame. What she's really looking for is the one who's met his rage and doesn't run from it. Even in art, this truth shows up. Picasso wasn't painting reality. He was painting what you feel when you look into someone's soul. That's what she's doing too, not analyzing you, feeling you. Van Gogh, everyone thought he was insane. But through all the chaos, he painted stars no one else could see. He wasn't falling apart. He was meeting himself. Now here's your instant takeaway. What she's really attracted to is the paradox. The man who can hold both fire and gentleness. Who can make her feel safe, not because he's harmless, but because his power is discipline. When you accept that about yourself, when you stop hiding the sharp edges, that's when she finally lets go of control and follows. And now, it's time to get to the golden key. There was once a king, feared, respected, unchallenged. He ruled with certainty until one day he lost everything, his throne, his soldiers, his crown. He escaped to the mountains. No army, no plan, just silence. He didn't speak, not because he was weak, but because he had to listen to something deeper, older, inside. And it was there, in the dark, that he realized the crown was never the power. The power was the man who could stand without it. And that right there, Mayakit, is the golden key. You cannot lead a woman if you haven't learned how to lead yourself. You can't ask for respect if you are still chasing validation. You cannot bring her peace if you're afraid of your own storms. The golden truth is this: a woman follows the man who knows his path, not the one waiting for her to draw it. Let this land for a second, because there's a line that doesn't leave you once you hear it. She doesn't want to change you. She wants to test if you'll change yourself, just to keep her. And if you do, it's over. She's gone. But if you hold your ground, if you stay who you are, even when she shakes the earth beneath you, that's when she relaxes. That's when she trusts. And that's power. Power not as force, but as presence. The kind of presence 99% of men never access because they're still trying to earn love instead of becoming the man who naturally receives it. So now, circle back to that first question. What really makes a woman fall? It was never the lines you say. It's the presence she feels. It's that invisible certainty in your bones. And now that you know that, now that you've felt it, you hold something most men never do. And that's the shift from boy to sovereign. But just when you think you've arrived, that's when the real test begins. There comes a moment where the man breaks, not because he's weak, but because he's tired. Tired of explaining himself. Tired of trying to earn love by being understood. Tired of softening his fire just to feel accepted. And it's there, in the stillness after collapse, that something ancient wakes up. Not a scream, not a fight, just a quiet rise from the ashes, like a fire that never went out, only buried, waiting for breath. And in that breath, he sees it. Power isn't found in perfection. It's found in wholeness. The scars, the shadows, the parts he used to hide are the very roots of his presence. She doesn't trust you because you're flawless. She trusts you because you're real, because you've met your own chaos and didn't run. Imagine this. She's in front of you, emotional, chaotic, testing, words flying, tone rising, energy swirling. But you, don't chase, don't argue, don't flinch. You just stand, not cold, not distant, just still. And in that stillness, she exhales because now, finally, she can trust. Not because you controlled her, but because you could contain her. This is the moment of transformation, where the man who used to beg for love becomes the one who commands devotion. Not through domination, but through direction. He becomes the calm in the storm, the flame that warms without burning, the edge that never cuts, but always holds. And this is your choice now. Go back to playing it safe, to shrinking, to performing for approval, or move forward into your edge, into the man she can't shake, because he finally stopped shaking himself. So close your eyes, just for a second. Picture her watching you. But this time, you're not proving anything. You're just being. And without a word, she feels it. But even now, even in all this awakening, there's still one truth left, the final key. And it's not about her. It's never been about her. Right here is where that truth lives. Somewhere along the way, you realize this was never about her. All those questions. Why does she pull away? Why does she test me? Why does she stop respecting me? They were never about decoding her. They were about facing you. Because until you can face yourself, you'll keep attracting mirrors that force you to. She was never the storm. She was the reflection of your unseen weather. The truth is, she's not here to complete you. She's here to reveal you. And only the man who accepts that, who can look in the mirror and say, "It's me," that's the man who finally becomes unshakable. You can't walk through life half-lit, only showing your good side, only leading with your charm, because charm fades. But presence stays. It stays when you're quiet, when you're hurting, when you're unsure, because real presence isn't something you perform. It's who you are when nothing else is left to prove. So today, before this fades into just another video you watched, do this. Take 5 minutes, No phone, no noise, no trying to be anything. Just sit and ask, where have I been hiding? Then say softly, I'm back. That's all. And in that moment, you'll feel it. That part of you that never left just needed permission to rise. This, this was never just a video. It was a mirror to remind you who you were before the world taught you to forget. And if for even 1 second you saw yourself in it, even a glimpse, then don't let it stop there. This was only one start of a much bigger picture. The rest, that's coming. We go deeper, wilder, sharper, stronger. So if you're still here, if this woke something up inside you, subscribe now, not for me, for you, for the man you're becoming, because we're just getting started.